We fight the power. Powers that be. Come rule the world with me. We can rule the world. Rule the world. We can rule the world.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video I have to show you a pattern that has repeated itself over 5 times in the last 2 months, the most recent of which being yesterday. Every single time this simple pattern plays out on Bitcoin rallies an average of 20%, so we're going to be diving on into that in today's video. If you enjoyed today's video or you like that cinematic, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel and makes us feel appreciated, and wouldn't you want us to feel appreciated? Without much further ado guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. There's one thing I want to mention before we go any farther, and that is the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. This sale will be running through Friday. So if you guys want to get into CT2A, the last time that it will ever be priced this low, I encourage you guys checking us out. The link in the description down below. More on that at the end of the video. But speaking of CT2A, in the Academy, there is a video on the introduction to candlestick analysis. I really like that video, and the reason I really like that video is because it goes over several types of candlestick formations that you can use in your technical analysis. One of them are bullish and bearish engulfing candlesticks, which just so happens to be the topic of today's video. I want to show you guys something. Check out what's happened here over the last couple of days on Bitcoin. We had a red candlestick right here with a body about that tall. It was about a $200 tall red candlestick. Following that, however, we had about a $400 tall green candlestick that engulfed it. That is what is known as a bullish engulfing candlestick, and that is very bullish, as you would have learned in that video over in CT2A. But the reason I'm talking about this is not just because we've had one bullish engulfing candlestick. As you guys probably know, those typically signal the beginning of a new uptrend. They are also typically reversal signals and bottoming patterns. I'm not only showing you this because it just happened, even though this is important, and we're going to get to this one in particular here in just a minute, but I also want to show you that over the last 2 months, it's not only happened once, it's actually happened 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5 times. If you guys will notice, on every single pullback on Bitcoin, we have seen a bullish engulfing candlestick mark the bottom. As you can see right here on the 17th and 18th of December, Bitcoin put in a bullish engulfing candlestick, and measuring from the wicks, we can see that that resulted in a 19% rally. Here on the 2nd and 3rd of January, we saw a bullish engulfing pattern, and that resulted in a 22% rally. Later on in January, one resulted in a 15% rally, and then earlier this month, we had a bullish engulfing pattern that resulted in a 15% rally. So far, Bitcoin has only rallied 6.5%, and if you average those previous 4 rallies out, you would get in somewhere around 15 to 20% in market movement. The reason I say all that is probably obvious, but what that means is that Bitcoin is due for a bigger rally than what we've seen so far. Whenever Bitcoin puts in a bullish engulfing candlestick, we normally see an even bigger move. And by the way, there's a lot more than just those 4, but those are the 4 biggest ones over the last 2 months. Contrast that information to what we saw during the downtrend over here in the second half of 2019, and you're going to see a lot of bearish engulfing candlesticks with green and engulfing red. We saw it happen once, twice, thrice. Like I said, I'm still trying to bring that word back. And it gets a little muddy over here in August and September because Bitcoin was really trading sideways and not in a rally downtrend formation like we were earlier. But you do see right here that Bitcoin was green and then followed immediately by red that engulfed it just on 2 candlesticks instead of 1. And right here, as you can see, we saw red, green, red, which is another pattern we've talked about in previous videos. One of the things I love about candlestick analysis is that it's one of the best ways to do analysis when you're scalping. If you're trading on Bybit and you're working on the minute chart, this is how I do that. I use candlestick analysis with these formations like this. I use some very basic moving averages. Normally it's either the 20 EMA or the 50 simple. I use the volume and I use the order books. Other than that, I don't use a whole lot down on the shorter term time frames. I might look at MACD every once in a while, but normally you're going to be looking at some very basic analysis because that's what everyone else is looking at. And that's why this is so important and powerful. Everybody is looking at the candlesticks. Everybody's doing candlestick analysis. And because of that, everybody's making trades based off of it. So people are seeing that Bitcoin just put in a very bullish engulfing candlestick right here, and they are going to be expecting rallies because of that. And guys, it's not just a bullish engulfing candlestick. Like I always say, you never want to trade based off of one indicator, so let me show you several others. Bitcoin also just bottomed around the 20 daily exponential moving average right here and on $9,600. Both of those are topics for an entire video, but I'm going to be brief here. The 20 DEMA is a very powerful level of support that we've seen Bitcoin bounce at previously, and we've also seen Bitcoin reject at somewhat recently as well. That is a very crucial level of support that I'm happy to see Bitcoin bouncing off of. Furthermore, $9,600, as we can see right here, is a very important level of support that we've seen Bitcoin come down and test as support multiple multiple times and as resistance a few times as well. In yesterday's video, I was leaning bullish. I was somewhere right around here on that little, the dial that people have when they're doing technical analysis. Over the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has vindicated that feeling, and I am now quite bullish on Bitcoin. There's one caveat, which we will be getting to here in just a second, though. But before we do, there is, of course, more bullishness to talk about. As you can see, Bitcoin has had its golden cross. That is, of course, a good thing. We also see that the daily chart MACD is starting to converge bullish on itself, and the RSI is sitting down here in pretty healthy territory, around 62 to 63. That is perfectly fine with me. I like seeing the RSI in between 60 and 70, really even like 50 and 70. That's the zone of bullishness. Anything above 70 is overbought, but in between 50 and 70, that's where a healthy uptrend lives, which, by the way, is exactly where Bitcoin has been over the last 3 months as we've been trending to the upside here, making this a pretty healthy uptrend. Furthermore, out here on the weekly chart, guys, I want to show you a few things. One, the RSI is in pretty healthy territory here as well. We're sitting at 60. I'm fine with that. Also, though, a couple of days ago, I think it was on Monday, when Bitcoin was red on this weekly candlestick, we were actually converging bearish on the weekly chart MACD. I didn't show you guys, but if you go back, I think 2 videos ago, and I looked at the weekly chart, you should be able to freeze frame and see that, which was a little bit concerning. I forgot to talk about it in the video, but luckily Bitcoin has started to go bullish again, and we are still diverging bullish on the weekly chart MACD. On top of that, remember how I talked about the red, green, red pattern being very bearish on Bitcoin? Well, the same thing's true in the inverse. When you have green and then a little bit of red and then engulfing green, that is a continuation pattern on the candlesticks, and that is very powerful. Look at what we're having happen right here. We have green, very small red, and depending on what we do this week, we very well may have this green engulf the red, which would pretty much create a bullish engulfing pattern that would be also a continuation pattern like what we saw right here, where we saw green, red, and then green that engulfed it. Now, guys, look, I am very bullish on Bitcoin now. Bitcoin has put in a bottom as far as I'm concerned. I'm happy with the pullback. Bitcoin is looking good. I'm happy with where that RSI is. I'm happy with the MACD. I'm happy with the golden cross. Everything is feeling pretty good. I want to remind you guys, though, keep an eye on the inflow of cash and valuation. We're going to continue talking about that because I don't see a lot of new liquidity coming into the market, and we need to focus on that. And there is one problem that I want to mention to you, albeit it is a very small one, but it's something that you should be aware of. And that would be the resistance that Bitcoin is currently testing of around $10,170 or so. As you can see, Bitcoin came up and tested this on a double top a few days ago. From there, Bitcoin rallied all the way up here to $10,400 and corrected, and now we're rallying back up to this same level of resistance. Now, look, guys, Bitcoin looks like it's going to break through this, and it's probably going to sometime today, but if it doesn't, I want you to be aware that if we reject here, this is going to start looking a whole lot like a head and shoulders pattern, with a shoulder right there, a head right there, and a shoulder right there. That would have our price target down around $9,000 on levels of support that we've talked about in previous videos, such as the 20 weekly exponential moving average right here. Let me be very clear. I don't think that's the most likely outcome of this market. I think we're probably going to break bullish above this level of resistance, and quite frankly, it'll probably happen before this video goes out, but you do need to be aware of both arguments so that you can make an informed decision. It's very important. 2 more things, then we're going to wrap the video out. First and foremost is that when Bitcoin continues this rally, I am seeing a price target of around $11,700 to $11,800. I'll explain that price target in tomorrow's video. And I also want to mention Ethereum, because we called for an Ethereum pullback, and literally the same day that I called for that, we saw one happen about exactly the same way that I wanted it to happen. I said 10, 20, 30%, somewhere in that ballpark would be the size of the correction. We saw 17%, happy with that. Now we're seeing Ethereum come back up here and test the same resistance that we were at a few days ago, right here in between $280 and $290. That is a historic zone of resistance that we have seen Ethereum test multiple times, and I'd like to see it break that. If we start getting above 290, I'm going to be investing even more. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Before we go, though, guys, I do want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Like I said, this is going to be the last time that you can ever get CT2A for this price. This sale will be running through Friday. If you use the coupon code Valentine's Day 2020, you're going to get access to all current and all future content for one payment. So people had some questions on that. You don't have to pay more than once. You join the Academy. It's a lifetime membership. There's no hidden fees or anything. It is one payment. Boom, you're done. Really simple. Guys, I'm going to be real with you. If you want to learn everything you need to know about technical analysis, if you want to jump into this market and actually become profitable, if you want to join the academy that nearly 1,300 students have gone through and been getting value out of for nearly 2 years now, CT2A is the place to do it, and now is the time to do it because we are in the middle of an update. We've just recorded 2 more videos. I record one every single day. It's become part of my daily routine. Currently, the 3 updated videos in the course are how to set up and use TradingView. I love this video. It is so good. Support and resistance. This video looks fantastic, and CoinMarketCap and more is actually one of my favorite favorite videos in the Academy now, because we're not just talking about how to like look at the price on CoinMarketCap. The reason that video is 16 minutes long, there's no filler in that video, because we're going over everything CoinMarketCap talks about and defining all of those terms that you see listed on CoinMarketCap. If you guys want access to the Academy that is going to teach you everything about analysis, that is continually being updated based on user and student feedback, this is the place to get it. And of course, if you join the Academy, you're helping to support this channel and cinematics like what you saw earlier in this video. So go ahead and join. The links in the description down below. There's a 14-day money-back refund guarantee, and yes, we do accept payments in Bitcoin. Shoot me an email and we'll get that worked out. I encourage you guys to join our Discord server and talk to some of our students behind closed doors where I can't see the conversation, so that you can be confident that you're talking to a real student. You can join our free Discord server with the link in the description down below. Before we go though, guys, I do want to comment on the cinematic that you saw roll at the beginning of this video. We put that together over the course of about 24 hours. We went ahead and recorded that on Monday afternoon. I edited the first 30 or 40% of it on the day that we recorded it, and then the rest of it yesterday. The reason that we ran that is because I want to give you guys a sneak preview of what is going to be coming on the new channel that we're working on. That new channel is probably going to be launching sometime in around 6 months. We have a lot of preparation to do for that. I want to fill out a team and get a studio and get a lot more recording equipment. So that video is just a little bit of a preview and a little bit of experience for Taylor and I, so that we can get better at producing high quality content for you guys. We learned a lot from that cinematic. First and foremost, we need a better lens. This kit lens on the Sony, it's pretty good, but it's not great. We forgot to record an S-Log 2. We needed to get better sound effects. The lighting wasn't great because part of the time that was being shot, the sun was behind a cloud. And we also learned a whole lot about how to actually develop the story of a shot. If you watch that again, you'll notice it's kind of a story. You put on the gear, get on the motorcycle, leave the driveway, take off. There's like 4 chapters to it if you think about it like a book. So we're learning a lot about cinematography, and we're trying to get a lot better at it. You guys are going to see more of those, and they will be going up on the channel. After this video goes out, that video will be uploaded as a standalone video on the channel. So if you want to go and watch it again, I would be very appreciative. Tell me what you thought in the comment section down below. I'm really happy about it. I am pumped. I've been showing it to everybody who will listen. And guys, I cannot wait for this new channel. I think you guys are going to love it. Like I said, it's only going to improve this channel because it's going to make us even better at making these videos and bringing high quality content to you guys. And that is what it is all about. So guys, if you did enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. And seriously, I want to hear what you thought about today's video and the cinematic down below. I'd really appreciate the feedback. Constructive criticism is always welcome, by the way. But anyway, guys, that is going to have to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.